show where we talk about real film movies, which are both the same thing, but we'll talk about the news and reviews, any views on film and TV, and comic books too. We'd love to hear from you. We hope you enjoy it too. So subscribe to Real Film Podcasts and Reviews.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Real Issues. Can't remember what I was going to say next, but here we are. We're back. We're going to do another episode, joined via the internet to Matt. Say hi, Matt.
Yo.
He's had a good few weeks off, doing nothing.
What we have?
Yeah, not really done much, have we? Been a bit busy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working, but yeah, you've been proper slacking off.
Yeah.
I've actually been doing things.
I've actually been at work like
2 days, something like that.
the whole week. But
Oh, well done.
back now, Matt. We've got some important stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
Got some trailers.
Thingies.
Some trailers. 3 trailers
Some reviews.
I have written down.
Have you?
A lot of reviews. And then we're going to do a little bit of a Star Wars prediction. Hopes, dreams, fears,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Even though I'm not going to see it for a while, so.
Oh, that's professional. Well done.
Sorry. That's.
Start again.
Domino's.
Start again.
Getting some Domino's
Again,
discounts.
there's a pizza.
No, had tea. Meatballs, Rob.
I'm waiting for my tea
Homemade.
yet. The wife is on the tea.
Cooking it.
Didn't
shit.
agree to this. It's supposed to be ready by now, but
Disgraceful.
it is a bit.
Sort her out.
I was going to say, have you got anything to plug on the opening bit of the podcast?
Got a new episode of the Existential Tangent podcast out, Rob.
I wasn't
Where
talking
John
about
and
that, but
What are you talking about? Was it
Somewhat.
about my own film?
all stuff, Matt. Oh, your own film, yeah. You plug
Art
that.
stuff. Yeah, I'll plug that. I made a film. The award-nominated film, actually. I'll have you know, all you listeners out there, thinking you're something when I'm actually an award-nominated
I mean,
filmmaker.
Suicide Squad is Oscar nominated, Matt. So
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but we'll fly over that. Yeah, my new film is out. Oh, yeah, I've not put that on the page, actually. I should probably put that on the
probably
page.
do, yeah.
So people can look at it and watch it and stuff and share it with their friends. But yeah, that's out. New episode of the Existential Tangent podcast, also out. John and I went on a road trip and we recorded a podcast while we did it. It was exciting stuff.
Good for you.
We don't plug our own stuff. We've not done anything.
I've done some articles, actually.
Oh, I
Wrote
don't
an
know about that. That's your
Infinity
articles.
War trailer breakdown. Check that out. We're going to talk about it in a little bit, maybe. But yeah, been a bit lazy. Let's go on with some news then.
What's been going on in the news? What's been going on in the movie news? Well, that actor you like's done another thing. There's a few more reboots and a sequel too. And that other guy got caught with some cocaine. It's the news.
It's been an exciting few weeks. We've got some trailers, Matt.
Yeah, plenty of trailers.
3 trailers. Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the really boring one that no one cares about?
I don't know what that one is, so.
It's probably
tell
the
me.
Jurassic World one, isn't it? Because it looks a bit...
I've not even watched it, so.
Well, it's going to be good to talk about this then with
I'll
you.
watch it now.
This is live reaction.
Jurassic World 2?
What's it called? Fallen
That's called?
Kingdom? Lost
Yeah.
Kingdom or something. What was the second one actually called? Lost Kingdom?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, it feels like they're very much just copying the original.
Yes. And so Chris Pratt and that ginger woman are sat in a bar. And there's a plane. And Chris Pratt looking moody. And why are they going back? I mean, I feel like you could kind of get away with that with the original ones. Being like, oh yeah, it's dinosaurs. So dinosaurs are cool. It's like, why are they going back now? What's going on? Oh, there's a volcano.
You find out,
Does it say in
Matt.
the trailer why they're going back?
Yes.
I've got it on mute, so you're going to have to tell me what the reason is. Why they go back.
Because they want to save the dinosaurs from the volcano.
That's so dumb.
Yeah,
Just
it
let
is
them all
dumb. I mean, it is a thing about dinosaurs, so...
That's a bit boring, isn't it? It's a bit annoying. Does it look really generic? It looks pretty generic so far.
Apparently, Colin Trevorrow tweeted that everything in this trailer was from the first, 50-something minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that.
So maybe there's a bit more to it, but... I mean, the first one
Well,
was
no.
fine, wasn't it? So this might be
Yeah, I think
fine,
it's-
I guess.
fun.
I don't know. Chris
I
Pratt's
never- I
good.
think- Yeah, I like the first Jurassic Park, but I'm not one of these mega fans of it. So, just some people think it's like the greatest film of all time and stuff. I think it's pretty good, but
You just hate Steven Spielberg, don't you, Matt?
yeah, I just hate Steven Spielberg.
It's awful.
Hate everything he does. Schindler's List, rubbish.
Joke.
Rubbish.
No,
it looks all right.
I don't even know what to say about it.
The effects look pretty amazing, to be fair.
Yeah, well, they're going to want.
Give them that. Yeah, well, I'll probably watch it when it's out. Didn't watch the other one actually until DVD time, so maybe I won't watch it.
Yeah, I remember really liking the other one in the cinema and then being a bit like, I just have no desire to ever kind of watch it again because it's like the whole bit where the big dinosaur saves him. Is he on their team now? Is that?
No, the big dinosaur doesn't save him. The T-Rex saves him, doesn't it?
T-Rex, yeah. But why is the T-Rex like?
I don't think he's their mate. I think he's just like
up for a fight.
I'm the Don A man.
He's just that guy in the pub. He's always looking for a fight. Just hammered all the time. Another thing. I'm a better dinosaur than you are.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, that looks like it will be a film about dinosaurs.
Yeah,
that's my opinion on that one.
Do you want to talk about another Spielberg film, Matt? That has a trailer.
Yeah, I think
even though this wasn't Spielberg.
I think you preferred this to me, but
Ready Player One, Matt. We both read the book. We both like the book.
It's very good.
It's a bit cheesy.
It's pretty cheesy.
It's overloaded with nostalgia and references, but it's good characters, good story.
And I think it works in a book as well.
It's all about your imagination, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, because in a book, it's your imagination, and it's the first person narration. So it's them narrator. So it's them talking. So it's fine. They can pull it off that way. I think in a film, there's going to be people walking around like, "Hey, that's Pac-Man over there, man." It's going to get really annoying really quickly.
To be fair, though, in this trailer, there were less obvious references, I think.
There was, yeah.
Or they were a bit more subtle than like the last one, where it's like, there's Harley Quinn, there's Deadshot, there's someone else.
Yeah. There was an Overwatch character.
There was an Overwatch character, which I thought was quite cool. Like they've got that IP and like updated the thingy. Do you want to tell people the story of Ready Player One, Matt?
I will tell people the story of Ready Player One. So basically, it's in a dystopian future where the world has turned to crap and
turned to shit.
The only escape people have is the Oasis, which is an online virtual reality world. It's not really a game, is it? It's more like a world.
Yeah, it's like a virtual world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit vague about what you actually do in that world. But
people live in it though, don't they? Like actual people live in it.
To school and the people go to school and stuff in it. But basically, if you're poor and you can't afford, it's like EA have run it or something. Like if you're poor and can't afford to play it properly, you're like stuck on certain worlds and things, and you can't really progress.
Yeah, I was listening to the audiobook again actually, and he's like narrating the start of it, and he was saying like, "Oh, it's free to play. You pay 25 cents to play the Oasis," and they're like, "It's really good." But then he was saying like, "Oh, they get all the money from people buying stuff," and I was like, "This is just microtransactions."
Yeah,
but in the book, it's kind of there's like a positive spin put on it. I don't know if it's like maybe written before the microtransaction controversy kind of came out.
Yeah, I think it was.
But if that was written now, people would be like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, people are like, "What the hell is this, man? This is a comment on EA." But yeah, the owner and creator of the Oasis dies, and basically, because he's this eccentric nerd, he's decided to leave like a challenge of Easter eggs inside the game, and whoever finds all the eggs first, or is it one egg? I can't remember.
There's one egg and like three keys and 3 gates.
Yeah,
so you got to find the keys and the gates and
to get. So the first person to find it and solve all these clues basically inherits the whole thing. So obviously our underdog poor hero, he stumbles across. Not really a spoiler, but he starts to stumble across the clues as well as this big organisation that is basically hiring loads of people to work together to try and find the Easter egg so that they can take control of it. But it's full of pop culture references.
That's why it's cool.
That's why it's cool, yeah. No, I really, really, really like the book.
I listened to it a lot actually on audiobook. I've listened to it on audiobook like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, the first trailer I wasn't that stoked on.
The first trailer I really didn't like at all because it didn't give us a clue of what they were doing with it. It was just like, look at this, look at this, look at this. There was no like story or character in it, which I feel there's a bit more in this one.
There is a bit more, but I'm still looking at it going, this doesn't really line up with what I remember of the book.
It looks a bit too shiny. Like
apart from the original concept, like that's it. That's the only thing that like proper lines up for me. Like the idea of it, whereas the characters and the places just don't really fall in line with.
I think the stacks looks really cool.
Yeah, the
I think like
do.
to be fair, I think the stuff like
I think it's more the stuff in the Oasis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was about to say like it looks like there's quite a lot of stuff in the outside world.
Yeah,
which looks quite cool. There's a bit with Ben Mendelsohn with like a gun in a street and stuff. I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, the stuff in the Oasis just looks like the whole point of the Oasis was like there was kind of Middle Earth. There was, you know, the Star Trek universe. There was a Star Wars universe. There's whatever universe there's like a World of Warcraft universe, and like whatever you could imagine, you could basically go there and experience that. It was like essentially like a virtual reality like theme park where you could just go wherever you wanted. But obviously, kind of the film, I guess, depends on what like IPs you can get hold of. But in this, it just looks maybe like hopefully maybe it's just because a lot of the CG isn't finished yet. But that's maybe why they haven't. But it does look like because I was wondering how they would do the avatars, whether they would use real people. Because the thing about the Oasis as well was it looks and feels real, and that's kind of a big part of it. And this doesn't look like they're kind of going down that route, which I guess is fine. But
I think you got to differentiate, haven't you?
Yeah, you have. I was always wondering how they do that, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's not why I'm like not liking. I just don't know, just something about it's not like clicking.
Did you like Mark Rylance?
He looked okay.
He's in a weird like voice.
Yeah, so it's really like I don't know.
He was definitely acting there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Something's not quite clicking with me with this.
I quite like the main guy. Ty Sheridan looks quite cool, I think.
What it is. Yeah, he looks good. I kind of didn't like the little romancy bits that were in the trailer because
I
know there is that in kind of
but that's horrible in the book as well, though.
It's horrible in the book, but
it makes me feel sick when I read it sometimes.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's towards the end. Like at the start, it's kind of done in an alright kind of way.
It's so teenage boy like cringe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But I think that's more towards the end, isn't it? But,
a little bit.
Like, I don't want to spoil things, but I think in the trailer it doesn't look like what it is in the book. But yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it, but I'm not optimistic about it really, which is a shame because it's a really good book.
Do you know what you are optimistic for, Matt?
What?
Avengers: Infinity War. Marvel fanboy.
Yeah, I don't even care anymore. It looks amazing.
It looks incredible, doesn't it? It just looks like, oh my god. And I was watching it, I just had like goosebumps and like the return of Sylvester's theme music as well.
Yeah.
Because that was such a good moment in the original Avengers, like when they're all get together for the first time and that music plays. And then they just got rid of it for Age of Ultron. And they kind of didn't do it again. Like I thought they might do it in Civil War, they just got rid of it. It seems weird that they've kind of like if you think of all the iconic moments in film, like ever, they all like and even like especially in superheroes like John Williams' Superman score and Danny Elfman and Hans Zimmer's Batman scores and like Lord of the Rings and Howard Shaw's scores, like they all make like amazing moments. Like these sort of elevate them to that next level. It seems weird that Marvel haven't really kind of bothered to do that. Really, they don't seem that arsed about the soundtracks.
No, they don't for some reason.
But this gave me actual goosebumps when I heard it in like slow version, that build up to the end.
Yeah,
it's so good.
You know what, Rob? Do you know what? I dig it.
You dig it?
I dig it, yeah.
That's insult to injury, that, Matt. That's unnecessary.
No, it just looks really good. Like, I care about like everyone. I'm like, oh yeah, that person, this person. Oh, cool, yeah. How are they going to fit into it? Like, that's like, I just really I want this film to be out now. I've not been that like not that I'm not interested in it.
Yeah, I sort of lost a little bit of interest until I saw this.
I've lost a little bit of interest into it, and now I'm like, yeah, I'm sold.
I'm on board.
I'm bought. I'm in. I'm all in.
It just looks. It's like they've worked so hard, and I was writing my like breakdown of it, and like, so Thanos appears in 2012 for the first time in the post-credit scene for Avengers. The first Infinity Stone appears in Thor in the post-credit scene. Like, it's amazing that these post-credit scenes are so important now that were from 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that's so good. That is, like, incredible planning. And so much, and like, it's really clever as well, because it shows, like, in one regard, kind of faith that this is going to pan out, but also kind of if it doesn't, then it's just a post-credit scene and it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what's amazing about it, that they've just gone. They've not like expected it to be this successful, but they've planned for it to be this successful. Like it's really clever, and they've earned it. They've earned to get to this point where they've got this many characters. And the thing is, like, even now, if you don't give them all enough screen time, that's fine because we know every.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need it, do you?
You don't need to, a reminder of who that person is and how they know them, how they know that person, because we know that we've watched all the films. It's just pretty great, isn't it?
What I loved about it was that Thanos was just front and center of the whole thing as well. Hello? What are you doing?
That's good, isn't it? Interrupting the podcast.
Yeah, it's rude.
Professional.
Well, same. What I did love about it was Thanos was just front and center of the whole thing.
Do you like Thanos? Do you think he looks good?
I think he looks incredible.
Yeah, some people have really criticised.
I think he looks amazing.
What's your beef?
And for a CGI person to look that, like the eyes just look so good. I know he's got a weird chin, but he's got a weird chin in the comics. He's a big purple alien. He's not gonna look a human, is he? But you think I don't know how long they've been working on that. I don't know how long they've been working on it, but I mean, why didn't DC just do whatever Marvel have done with Thanos to Steppenwolf? And the great thing is, you can feel like Josh Brolin through him. That sounded weird.
Yeah, everyone wants to feel Josh Brolin.
But you can see it, and obviously you can hear him. But he's got such a presence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
I just hope he has an interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, I'm not even that bothered if he has an interesting. As long as he's an interesting character. I really liked Ultron, even though his motives were kind of a bit whatever. If it's an interesting performance and an interesting kind of character, then I'm kind of all right with that. And if he gets decent amount of screen time, I'm pretty happy with that. And it looks like he probably is going to get a decent amount of screen time.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to be quite a significant part.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you want to talk about what you think's going on, Matt?
He's getting all the Infinity Stones.
Do you reckon, this is my theory. So he's going to start in Xandar.
Yeah.
We see a shot of him kind of putting the blue stone in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And the purple one's already there. Now this could probably be CGI just to look however they want it to look, I guess.
Yeah, it could be.
So they could CGI some stones, change the colour of stones, whatever. But I assume, I reckon it's going to start with him on Xandar getting the first one. And, the Guardians maybe turn up a bit late or something. And kind of that's why they might be following him, and that's why they meet Thor. And Thor's like, oh, no, I took my stone as well. Where's my stone? And then they kind of and then obviously the rest of them are pretty much on Earth, aren't they? Which seems kind of
I think so, yeah.
weird that they're all on Earth. But I'm guessing that the last stone is on Wakanda. Would be my thoughts, because it's weird that we've not seen Wakanda, and it seems like it's such a massive part of this trailer.
Yeah, there's something very, very important going on Wakanda.
So what I thought is kind of weird that Vision obviously has the Mind Stone in his head.
Yeah.
Officially, it's a Mind Stone, and the Soul Stone's on Wakanda, which seems kind of weird. It seems like it should maybe be the other way around. Vision should have the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
And maybe the Mind Stone's on Wakanda, and that's why they're so sort of advanced, because they've used this stone to advance technology and stuff. And that's how they've learned to use vibranium and stuff. That would be quite cool.
They officially called it the Mind Stone.
I think so. On the official wiki is, I checked.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's if they might just swap it out, just for banter. But I don't know.
Just buy it out. We don't care.
We don't care. This is a better idea. We'll change it.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing that Marvel kind of do every now and again. It's well, it doesn't matter.
It's not really working.
Yeah.
Differently.
Do we think someone's going to die? There's that shot of Tony holding a hand. Is it his hand?
What, his own hand?
Or someone else's hand? It looks like he's kind of sobbing over his own arm.
Maybe
which is kind of weird if it's kind of broken. Would you sob over it? You'd probably just leave it. Don't know.
Pretty sad. Someone broke my arm.
I reckon Pepper's going.
Hopefully. Take your quinoa with you.
Yeah, and Gwyneth Paltrow as well. She can go.
Yeah.
Done with her.
Done.
Bloody fake medicine.
Yeah. I don't know. Who's going to die. Someone, probably. I hope someone dies.
The one thing I don't want to
Sake,
happen is someone dying and they just bring it back with a time gem or...
Yeah, it'd be boring. Just don't do that. Leave that alone. Don't mess with that one.
But it is so good.
I don't know who could die. Who couldn't die.
Looks like...
I don't know if I want to die.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like...
That's the thing, there's no one easy that I'm going, yeah, kill them.
I feel like Tony Stark might go.
Yeah.
They've kind of got a good replacement with Doctor Strange in a very similar sort of character.
I think you've got to kill like a big one if you're gonna do it.
Could be Steve, I suppose.
Don't just kill like, I don't know, like Drax or someone. Like, yeah, he's good and he's funny and everything, but he's not like it's not one of the mainish ones, is it? We'll get over it pretty quickly. Or like whatever she's called, the weird alien girl now who's
Mantis.
Like her or something. It's like, just kill her. Don't really carry anything, does it really?
No. Do you like the have you read Infinity Gauntlet?
No.
So there's a cool bit in Infinity Gauntlet where Silver Surfer like crashes into Sanctum Sanctorum, like from space, to warn that Thanos is arriving.
Yeah.
It looks like Bruce Banner's kind of playing that role.
Yeah, because he's in there, isn't he? He's in
there. It's also quite cool callback to that bit in Avengers.
Yeah, where he falls with...
You an alien? What?
An alien?
An alien? We're out of space. No. Son, you got a condition. I love it.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah. Harry Dean Stanton?
He has. He's dead. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he has dead.
He is dead.
Do you think what's Hulk's kind of thing here? Because in Ragnarok, obviously, we had Bruce Banner saying, "I don't think I can turn back if I let Hulk take over again." Does Thanos? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. But obviously, he's back as Banner now. Like, have they just
lying?
Do you reckon I just retcon that, or do you reckon Thanos has like punched him so hard?
No. I mean, he turned back. He turned into Hulk again in Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, like, if I turn into Hulk again, I won't be able to turn back into Banner.
Yeah, but he did turn back into Banner, didn't he?
No, not at the end of Ragnarok. He didn't.
Well, what happened at the end of?
He's Hulk, but he's on the ship, isn't he? Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
I can't remember. You sure?
Yeah. 100.
Don't know then. Maybe, yeah, I don't really know. Everyone's like, oh yeah, maybe punches him hard enough, which I think would be a bit annoying.
I think it'd be kind of cool if they kind of got like separated or...
Yeah, but you need some explanation, not just Thanos punches really hard.
He uses one of the gems, the power gem.
Yeah, but why would he do that?
I don't know.
He's got like
funny banter,
a really strong guy and a really smart guy to deal with.
Yeah, but not together, Matt. Friendship is the key to success.
Yeah, but they're not like
you can have that for free.
Personality. They're not there like.
I don't know. Maybe he does it by accident.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but that's what I mean. It just seems a bit dumb if they just do it like for no reason, just to separate them. There's got to be a reason for it, not just because we can.
All right. Well,
just like the logic, like in comic books, it kind of works. In a film, it's a bit ropey logic, isn't it? He punches him so hard.
Justice League sort of logic that.
Yeah,
we'll put him in a pool, throw the box in, hit it with lightning.
Yeah. It's like he punched him so hard he became two people. Like how?
I mean,
dumb.
It's not the worst thing I've heard.
It's a pretty.
We're about to get on with some really bad theories, Matt, in a little bit.
What? For this?
Nope.
Or for something else?
Something else we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So do you think this film's going to end kind of Empire Strikes Back style?
Yeah, I hope so.
Just kind of Thanos has got the bloody gauntlet. Someone might have died. The heroes maybe have kind of like won a little battle. But
I hope so, yeah. I hope there's some depressing stuff going on.
I kind of hope... do you remember when the Age of Ultron trailer came out and everyone's like, this is some dark shit. It's like a really dark advert with the Pinocchio song, but really creepy, and we thought this is going to be really dark, and it was kind of just the same film as Avengers.
Yeah.
And kind of more quippy even in the first one. So I'm kind of hoping, it is a bit more.
I think it will be. I think it's just past the point of, being able to just do jokes and stuff, and always having the heroes winning and not really killing anyone or having anyone in real proper danger. I think we need to see something significant now. need to ramp it up a notch, take it to the next level.
We do. We've been going a while, Matt.
Thoughts. Have we?
Do you want to go into some reviews?
Yeah, let's do some reviews. Oh, also, I got a bit more news. Bryan Singer got fired off the Freddie Mercury film, didn't he, for being a pedo?
Is that funny? Do you not like Bryan Singer?
Not anymore. Did some good films.
Was it? I thought he got fired because he didn't turn up for work.
Yeah, and he was also about to get accused of.
Oh right, I didn't see he'd been accused of anything actually.
Pretty much, I think he has. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah. So yeah, he's mental. Turned up to set like drunk and angry and hungover, and also he has sex with kids. So he's been fired.
Great stuff.
Yep. Another one bites the dust, eh?
Good one, Matt.
that was pretty good. That one. I didn't even plan that.
Yeah, you did. Don't lie. You can see you got it written down, Matt.
No, I've not. No.
Make a joke out of a
maybe.
Convicted paedophile, Matt. That's low, isn't it?
Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Yeah,
let's do some reviews.
Guess he went to the cinema this week. We saw some films and we watched some Netflix. Listen up to our ill-informed opinions and then go and see it all anyway. Because who knows, not us, but we'll rate it anyway.
I believe that you have seen Battle of the Sexes.
I have seen Battle of the Sexes. It is okay.
I believe you have also seen.
No, it's all right. So it's based on a true story in the past. I can't remember what decade it's set in.
I mean, if it's based on a true story, the chances are it was set in the past.
Yes. Yeah, obviously. So,
yes.
Set in the 70s. There we go. 70s.
It's a true story from the future.
True story. Starring Emma Stone and Steve Carell. It's about sexism and the right for women to earn the same amount of money. On kind of the tennis circuit. And kind of the whole film was marketed towards this big match between it's Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs, who Emma Stone and Steve Carell play. This big match that they had where Riggs kind of bet that if a woman could beat him in a game of tennis, he would. I think it was $100,000, something like that. He bet her. For the film, actually, that's kind of only a really tiny portion of the film. Like, they don't actually seem to meet for a lot of the film, and a lot of it's about Emma Stone and a group of tennis players fighting for equal pay in the tournaments and stuff like the prize money, and forming their own women's association of tennis, and then getting kicked, then not being allowed to play in the Grand Slams because they did that, and slowly building up their own tournaments and stuff. And then it kind of gets to this point where she plays Steve Carell and everything, and it's kind of just not very hard hitting with it. It doesn't kind of make a stronger statement as it kind of should about equal pay and misogyny at that time, because Steve Carell's very over the top, and he's obviously he's playing a character because he's an actor, but Bobby Riggs is obviously pretending to be a bit over the top and a bit of a misogynist and stuff like that for publicity and make all of it a joke. Apparently everyone kind of knew that it was a bit of a persona and just a joke.
Is that a good thing?
No, not a good thing, but he's still seen as quite like a likable guy, whereas the real bad guy in the film should have been this head of the LTA, the tennis association thing. But it kind of didn't until the very end when it tried to pretend that he was the bad guy all along, going, yeah, you're the worst kind of, that you kind of try and respect women until they're on your court and stuff, and you're sorting out the pay and everything. It's just like, it's not, it could have been better, like the political aspect of it anyway. Emma Stone and Steve were both really good in it, some good humour, and it kind of focuses on this relationship that Billie Jean King had with this woman, because she was a lesbian but was married at the time, and that stuff was just really boring. Do you know what I mean? We've seen so many films about closeted gay people who are married and struggling with their sexuality and stuff. And obviously, it was a big aspect around that time, with especially in her life. But it felt like focused more on the kind of draw of the film in a way, that it's a film about sexism and equal pay and the great thing that she did to progress that, whereas it kind of just fell a bit into a typical romance at some points, like forbidden romance sort of thing. But no, it was all right.
So most like I've heard people really enjoy it actually.
I thought it was all right. There were enjoyable bits in it, definitely, and especially like the match at the end's like a really good scene and everything. And there's some good scenes in there. I just feel like at some points it was really subtle and it was nice, and then other scenes just like smacked you around the head with what it was trying to say. It literally go from one extreme to the other. Like one scene where a husband kind of knows that she's having this relationship with this woman. It's really subtly done. That he just sees something in the bedroom, and then he's just like, because he's surprised her, and he just kind of goes, I think I'm going to go and get another room. I don't want to distract you. But you know that they both know that what's happened. So he goes and gets another room, but then goes downstairs and finds the woman and just says to her, like, yeah, go away. But in like a really obvious way. You just think, why if you had this really nice, subtle scene, and then a literally scene where he's gone up to this woman and been, confronted her and just been like, yeah, go away. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I think that's kind of all I can say, really.
Is Mindhunter better than all right, Matt?
Mindhunter is very, very good. I finished it today, actually.
I've watched the first episode and a half.
It's very interesting.
I can't say I was that interested from the first episode in a bit.
No,
it felt a bit like A-level psychology. I was a bit like, this is a bit.
The more you watch, the more you kind of get drawn into it, I think.
Yeah, I was kind of watching it thinking, like, because obviously it's Fincher, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Fincher.
And everyone's kind of saying it's really good and it's all this. And so I kind of started watching it, and then, like, as I was watching it, I kind of felt like it wasn't as clever as it thought it was. But I've not really properly kind of got into it yet. But it did feel quite like A-level psychology, sort of, quite obvious. But yeah, like I said, I've not really got into it. Like, I'm probably missing out most of it.
Should we explain what it is? Before people might not know. So Mindhunter is it's based on a book about like the FBI. Is it the 70s? Yeah, 70s, I think, isn't it? Kind of starting to develop. So obviously the FBI used to just they'd step in when it was like a really big crime case that local police couldn't help. They go and like help them out. But there's these agents that were trying to look at the psychology of like serial killers, because serial killers weren't really a thing before. Do you know, like they're quite a modern thing, really, in the kind of being a high sense of it.
So in right now, serial killers.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. Like people, like they say it in the show that people used to kind of just kill people for a proper motive. She cheated on me, or
a reasonable reason to kill someone.
Yeah, but like in this, it's kind of like, why do these people who kill seemingly random people, they just find people and kill them because, like, what's their inner motive thing? So they start exploring that by speaking to serial killers and, digging deep into their psychology and stuff. But obviously you say it sounds like A-level psychology. Well, maybe kind of because it is, but it hadn't really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were the first to kind of look into it. But I think the more you watch it, the more you kind of get into it, because the main guy, like, I didn't think he was a good actor at first. I was like, he seems really like wooden and quite monotone.
I thought that as well a bit, yeah.
But the more you get into it, you realise there's kind of a reason for that.
Oh.
Like that's a character choice for him. So the more you get into it, and I think the scenes. Have you seen any of the scenes with the serial killers yet?
I've seen one with a big guy.
Yeah, I think he's really interesting.
Big
guy. He's quite. You get.
Is it based on real things?
Yeah, it's based on real case studies. Yeah,
but it's not like it's not a dramatization of real things, is it? But it's based on real, or is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So he's not a real person, is he? I don't think.
I'm not sure if the killers are real or not.
Or even the investigators.
Let me try and find. Let's go on the page. Let's have a look.
Why do this? I'm just gonna plug my iPad in.
All right. Done my research. Done some research.
We've gone for 3 days.
It's all based on real stuff.
Okay, so they're real people then.
Even the two agents are based on on two real life agents as well.
Oh, cool.
So one of them who wrote the book that the series is kind of based on. I mean, they've got different names and everything, but the serial killers are all real, like modelled on the real people and the actual crimes that they did, and all the interview prison scenes were based on real interviews as well.
Mm.
So it's all quite. So I think they're the real powerful. They're the best parts for me, like the prison scenes, because it's quite interesting. But the more you get into it, and the more you kind of see what they're doing. I think like it does start off. You kind of sat there going, I find this compelling, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Why? Like I kind of watched one and went, yeah, okay, I'll watch another. Then I was like, I don't know whether it just looks like it's going to go somewhere interesting, so I watched another. And the more you get into it, the more, the further you watch, the more you do get wrapped up in it. And like I've binged the last few quite quickly, but I'm a little bit disappointed with the ending. It's kind of like they were definitely banking on another season.
Okay.
It's kind of. There's not really like a proper. There's a little bit of a climax, but there's not some big. There's a lot of open questions at the end of the season, which I'm definitely looking forward to. But I feel like I kind of wish there'd been a bit more wrapped up in this first season. But I think it is really interesting.
I need to watch the rest of it. I've heard good things from
interesting series.
Pretty much everyone,
and I like all the scenes with the serial killers are really. Really strong, and I'd say like if you've kind of started watching it and you're a couple of episodes in, you're not sure, I'd say give it to about episode 6, and if you're still not into it, it's probably not for you. But that's kind of when I started getting into it quite a lot.
Okay, how many episodes are there? 10?
10 episodes.
Cool.
So I know that's difficult to say, like, watch over half of the season, and then if you're not into it, give up. But I think
sound advice.
Yeah, just give it a go. Give it a go to that point.
Might as well.
Not going to harm you. Yeah. What have you been watching?
I've seen a couple of films. Gonna be quick.
Very exciting.
So I saw Molly's Game, which is Aaron Sorkin's directorial debut. The writer of lots of films. Social Network. Moneyball. I keep thinking he does The Big Short. He didn't do The Big Short, did he?
No.
I always think he did for some reason.
What series did he do? He did The West Wing?
West Wing, yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, he did that
good writer. So he wrote and directed this. This is about a girl or a woman who was an Olympic skier, and then she had an injury and was like set to go to law school, but somehow ended up working as like an organizer of a poker game for her boss, who she was kind of like an official PA for in the daytime, but then at the night he was like, I need you to ring these people, take money off them, and then keep organising this poker game for me with like high profile celebrities and stuff. And then eventually she kind of got so deep that she ended up running her own games with like really high stakes and high profile actors and sportsmen and stuff like that. And then eventually she kind of gets kind of involved in the Russian mob, or like some of the players' games are involved in the Russian mob, and she is kind of unaware of it. But it's based on her real life book. So it's kind of like, it kind of flashes back and flashes forward to her and her meetings with a lawyer, Idris Elba. It's good. It's good. It's not kind of Social Network good or Moneyball good. It's not quite got that like drama in it, really.
Yeah.
It's not got much conflict in it because you kind of know. I guess the only thing you're kind of wondering is, because the film starts with her being arrested by the FBI, like under investigation for like working with the Russian mob and stuff. The only thing you're kind of wondering is, does she get off or not?
Yeah.
But kind of the rest of it's kind of, this is how I did. It's kind of quite explanatory. Like I enjoyed it and it's good and it's entertaining. And the best bits are all with her and Idris Elba and kind of, and it's really well acted. It's Jessica Chastain as well. Like, and it's really well acted between the two of them and how she kind of explains like how she did it and why she did it and like her motivations and stuff. It's more like a character study, I guess, rather than a kind of a drama. But it's good.
It's him as a director though, because I've seen Social Network. You know where it's going.
Yeah.
Like straight from the off, pretty much. There's like one of the first scenes is they're in the deposition room, and you know that Eduardo's suing not Jesse. Mark,
yeah, I suppose it is quite
everything.
similar in structure like that. I suppose.
So I wonder if it's more. Obviously, Fincher did Social Network, and he's all right, isn't he?
He's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I don't think it's directed like well, but I don't know if it's just the source material is not
story, yeah,
not kind of that compelling, because it's kind of just. I suppose there's a few bits in there that are kind of get you on the edge of your seat, but it's kind of quite a gentle ride, really. But it's good. Like, it's an interesting story and it's worth telling. But yeah, it's maybe a bit too long as well. Probably, I would say.
Not blown away then.
I wasn't blown away. I still, it's a good film. I really enjoyed it. The performances are really good. I'd recommend going to see it. But yeah, I wasn't like blown away in any way by it. And I've also saw Ingrid Goes West, which is Aubrey Plaza, who plays like a Instagram stalker person. And she has like severe kind of. Do you know when you think of just the worst people on social media?
Yeah.
And she kind of idolizes these people. And she thought she was friends with a girl, but she wasn't invited to a wedding, so she like goes to a wedding and kind of like ruins it. And then I think she gets like institutionalized, and that's basically the first few minutes. And then she finds this other girl played by Elizabeth Olsen on Instagram, and basically stalks her and does everything that she does and comments on all the stuff. Goes to places where she goes and basically just follows her until basically she becomes like her best mate. And it's really interesting kind of look at like mental health and social media and kind of how people portray themselves on social media and how that might be damaging to their social health. So there's kind of these bits like where they could become friends and it kind of feels very happy, but all the time you're kind of waiting for their relationship to just fall apart because it's all based on lies and stuff. But it's really good. It's really good. I'd recommend it.
Sounds good.
It
I
is.
will check that out if it comes to my cinema.
Aubrey Plaza's amazing in it as well. She's such a good actress.
She's really
She's
good.
so much range. It's like there's bits in this where she's like really, really happy because she thinks she's made a new best mate with her idol, basically. And then bits where like the camera kind of like the camera goes to her and she's just doing a completely different like manic depression. It's so good.
Sounds pretty sweet.
It's also got Kurt Russell's kid in it, Wyatt Russell, who's just so cool in everything he does.
Yeah.
Everybody
cool
wants
guy.
him. He's cool in that, and then he's got that episode of Black Mirror as well. I just love him. He's just so like.
I can't remember if I watched. Yeah, I did watch the end of that episode. The Black Mirror trailer out as well.
Yeah, we did watch that. Yeah, looks good.
Looks good, right? Yeah, we'll get on that.
I've also watched the whole Punisher, Matt.
Oh, have you? I've watched 2 episodes of Punisher.
I think it's the best Marvel series since Daredevil
Do you?
season 1.
Oh, I was going to say, I think it's all right so far.
I really like the story. Like,
Yeah,
I think
sounds pretty
Frank's
good so far.
story in like Daredevil season 2 was kind of a bit shoehorned in a little bit. It was like, oh, this guy smuggled heroin and then they killed my family, and it's
I can't really remember his storyline properly.
yeah. I think you kind of need to read up on it maybe before you watch it.
Yeah, because I'm kind of watching it now, and he's confronting people, and I'm like, have we seen it before? Like who? Like what even happened? I remember his family died, but what? And it
really expands on that, and it's I really liked the conspiracy theory. I thought it's really.
Well, I can't really remember it. So
yeah, but I mean, this is kind of I didn't really like it in Daredevil season 2 because it just felt kind of weirdly shoehorned in, but they've really fleshed it out, and I think it's really good. John Bernthal is incredible. I just think he's. Yeah, I've not read much Punisher, but from what I've read in like other comics where he's appeared, he's kind of less ambiguous, I think, than he is in this. I think they've added like I said, I've not really read any of his solo comics, but from what I've seen in the past, they've really added like a nuance to his character here.
Yeah,
and he's such a like conflicted character, such a tormented character, and John Bernthal's just so good at that. He's so intense, and there's in the last, I think it's the second to last episode, there is some disgusting levels of violence.
I'm sold.
I mean, like
disgusting levels of violence,
horrendous levels of violence from like the protagonist of this series. Like it's so bold, but it doesn't feel kind of out of place. It feels like, I don't know, because he's such an angry guy, and the people he's going up against are such horrible people. You kind of, it does kind of feel like, in a weird way, justice. And when you kind of think about what you're looking at, and some parts I was like, I can't actually look at this because it's that graphic.
Such a little girl.
But you can still kind of feel like there's kind of justice being done.
Yeah.
I was kind of watching this thinking, I'm kind of enjoying this. Does this make me a bad person?
Yeah, probably.
But
does,
I genuinely think it's up there with. I mean, again, it's got the same problem where it probably should be 10 episodes.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
But I think like have you met Micro yet?
Yeah, just.
See, I wasn't fond on him at the start. He gets.
No, I'm not. I'm a bit like it's a bit generic, kind of.
Yeah, I really like him. Their relationship gets really good fun. Like later on, there are like laughs in it as well. It's not all kind of serious. I thought it was really good because it's so focused as well compared to like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and the villains are actually they've got motivation. They're not just
they're not.
Oh, with the
guys.
hand. I think it's really really good. I watched 4 episodes yesterday, getting through it.
Good. Yeah, I'll watch the rest of it definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I've been watching Mindhunter, so I've not had time.
Yeah, I mean, after like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Defenders, which were all a bit.
Just feels very good, does it?
I think it's a return to form, I would say.
Sweet.
Jessica Jones trailer as well. Did you watch that actually?
No, I've not watched that actually.
It doesn't really tell us that much, I don't think. I only watched it briefly, but I'm looking forward to that because I really enjoyed the first season.
Yeah, season 1 was good. It was different, very different.
Enjoy. Shut up, Matt.
Oh.
We're going to talk about Star Wars.
Yeah.
If you're not aware, Matt, there is a Star Wars film out on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. I don't know.
Thursday
midnight Wednesday. I'm going Thursday after work because fuck getting up at midnight, staying up till midnight.
Won't be going until next week at some point.
Right. So we're going to talk about. We're going to do some predictions, maybe some hopes,
maybe
some fears.
Definitely.
Shall we start with some feedback, Matt, that I got off the internet?
Go for it.
And we could use this as a starting point for our conversation.
Yes, we can indeed.
So Jack and the Geek Stalk said, I reckon Rey will dabble with the dark side. Snoke will shunt Kylo Ren in favour of trying to sway Rey. Also, I think Finn is a goner. Hoping there's a focus on how Luke's academy fell and some more awesome fighter combat from Poe. What do you think about that?
I literally did not hear a single word you said, so I don't know anything about that.
I'll say it again. I reckon.
Repeat it, but cut it out because the listeners don't have to listen to it twice. I think they're all good predictions. Thanks for dropping your phone just as I was talking. No, I think they're all pretty sound. To be fair, I think they're all pretty reasonable.
I'd be shocked if Finn dies.
I'd like to see Rey. I don't know. I would be shocked if Finn died, actually. But might have a bit of punch, emotion.
We've said how we like people dying, Matt, already.
Yeah, we do like people dying. Love, kill, yeah, like Mindhunter.
I quite like the idea of Snoke rejecting Kylo Ren.
Yeah, even if it was kind of he was rejecting him as a strategy.
Yeah,
you know, like
to make him angrier.
Making angrier, make him go. If he's going, now you're nothing. Raise it. She's the one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You're nothing, Kylo Ren. Just think how like that far that would like push him as well to go like what levels he would go to prove that he's the most powerful Jedi, Sith, whatever he wanted to call himself. Then that'd be quite cool. I'm hoping Rey does dabble a little bit. I hope she does go that way, but I'm hoping they don't do it too far. I hope she doesn't do anything completely like irredeemable.
Just chops Luke's head off.
And then it's just a bit like, oh, I can never.
That'd be so funny.
So I can't really ever look at that character again.
Yeah, well, I kind of feel like Kylo's going to maybe get a bit of redemption.
Yeah, but I hope they don't do Rey's thing if she does go that way in like a 10-minute sequence or something, and then she's like, "No, I'm back."
Like somebody in Justice League.
Yeah, I'm like, now end the film with her on the dark side, and then, or you know,
Would that ruin it
leaving
though? She's. I don't know if I kind of want that or not.
No, but then but you don't want that's what I mean. That's why you don't want us to do anything too horrendous.
So she comes back, around.
Yeah, she comes back around like in the next film or whatever. But just don't leave it in a place where she's like murdered Leia or something.
She's murdered everyone. She's murdered a bunch of children.
Yeah, and then it's just like
they wouldn't put that in a Star Wars film. That'd be silly.
No, that'd be silly, killing children. No, but I reckon. To be fair, I reckon if anyone out of the three is going to go, it'd probably be Poe. I'd say.
Yeah, I've got a little bit about Poe in my notes. I love Poe.
What's his story?
Yeah, he's got his own comic, hasn't he? So I don't know if.
Yeah, he's very kind of big on the marketing as well. Obviously, there's the three.
He's a very handsome man.
He is a very handsome man, and he obviously thinks Poe is a very handsome man because they're gay together.
Maybe.
Brokeback Falcon. No. But no, I feel like where's his story going? You know, he was obviously an instigator in, with Poe and everyone and the whole thing in the first one. But now, where does he go from here? Obviously, Poe. Finn's got all the First Order stuff, the redemption of that. He's obviously in the end of the last film. He's got a bit of beef with Kylo Ren still going on. We don't need to. Explain Rey's story with Poe. You go, where's this going? What's he got going on for the next two films? So,
yeah.
Kind of if he died, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be sad though.
I would be gutted. That's the thing I didn't. That's the one thing from Force Awakens that I kind of wanted more of. Was more of him.
More of who?
More of Poe.
Yeah, would love a bit more Poe.
That sounds weird. Do you want another bit of feedback from Jordan Piers, Matt?
Oh, he sounds like an idiot.
Not sure about this guy, but he says, I'm hoping someone makes chicken nuggets out of this little bastard with a picture of a porg. I mean, it wouldn't be a chicken nugget because it's not chicken, Jordan.
Be a porg nugget, idiot.
I mean, absolute clown.
Yeah.
They do look quite annoying though. I just hope that's my biggest fear about this is the fucking porgs.
They're gonna be like
it's like the fucking Ewoks or Minions, yeah. Why does everyone have to have some cute little shit thing with everything? Shut up. I don't care.
Merch.
I don't want. Yeah, I know,
mate.
but who's buying that instead of a Luke Skywalker? If you're buying that instead of a Luke Skywalker, your Star Wars film's shit, mate. Something wrong, isn't there? If kids are buying that instead of a Luke Skywalker or a Rey.
No one wants a doll of an old man.
Oh, but Rey's your bloody marketing for little kids, not a fucking teddy bear. You can do one.
You obviously don't understand children.
George Lucas started just absolute nonsense.
Yeah, if there's only one, I think we'll be fine.
There's not one, though. There's loads in the fucking island, apparently.
Oh, is there?
John Boyega said he saw a load of them and he got freaked out. He hates them.
What do you mean he saw a load of them?
There's like a load of puppets, apparently. Like a load of porg puppets. I'm not a fan.
All right. They're just dancing about, whatever, cool. Yeah.
No, it's not cool. Maybe Rey will kill a lot of porgs. That'll be an irredeemable act.
Yeah, Luke will just cry.
Someone else on Twitter, and I can't remember who it was because I've only taken a screenshot of the picture, sent me a picture of Snoke with his head cut open with a porg on top of his head with two little sticks poking his brain, saying the real brains behind Snoke.
It's as plausible as many of the Snoke theories.
It is. I'm going to get onto some Snoke theories, Matt, and you're going to have to see how much you like them.
Who are you?
I've got a last bit of real feedback though, and this is less depressing than the last bit of feedback you sent in.
Yeah, can we put some happy music into this?
Yeah, I put the Star Wars music in, build it up. So Guffers has said, "I'm hoping we get a redemption arc explored further in Kylo. In Kylo scene, I'm hoping we get a redemption." Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
He's not very good at typing. He's a bit slow. I think he was dropped as a child.
I'm hoping we get a redemption arc explored further in Kylo scene. I know where he's going with it. It's fine. I don't think Luke will turn bad, but he'll be grey and jaded. I'm hoping the film has the effects Empire had on the trilogy, but not repeated the story. There's a shot at Force Awakens there. Hates J.J. Abrams. Learned something there.
Yeah, it's what he's saying.
I hope it makes me feel the same way 7 did. Complete. Brings it back around. To
be fair,
tear him down, build him back up.
Yeah, to be fair, when we did watch Force Awakens, we watched it like midnight when it came out, and we did all just look at each. Like, I don't think we ever felt that like satisfied by a film. It's
Yeah,
definitely got
no,
its
it's
flaws and
incredible.
everything. It's got its flaws and everything.
But the characters and the themes, Matt, are so
and
good.
And yeah, like just
The feel of it.
it's exactly what we needed at that time.
It's not the hero
We just didn't know it.
we deserved, but
Yeah,
that
that's
quote.
what we needed. Hopefully, The Last Jedi will be the film we deserve.
Yeah, I would quite like to see a redemption arc in Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I would.
I'd rather see that than Rey go the other way, I think.
They're both, Rob. Mix it up. Everyone's
I
great.
just feel like if you swap teams, it's getting a bit weird, isn't it?
Not swap teams, but I feel like Kylo Ren does his own thing, you know?
I feel like what
kind of
might
becomes
happen
some
is...
weird, like, anti-hero,
Yeah, and possibly, yeah.
like, Punisher sort of guy. Like, he will kill anyone, but he kind of has maybe a bit of a moral
But only if
compass
you
about
deserve it. I feel like he will turn on Snoke, like a Darth Vader kind of redemption. Maybe he'll die. Don't know. Maybe Kylo will go.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, do you want some Snoke theories,
Yeah.
Matt? For you to
Lay 'em
debunk.
on me.
Snoke is secretly Darth Plagueis.
It could be, but I feel like
I'm
that's-
pretty sure Lucasfilm have said definitively that he's not.
they have. But like, let's have a chat about it anyway. Like, who actually knows who Darth Plagueis is?
He's been in
Hardcore fans.
Palpatine's Sith Master.
Yeah, but you just kind of go, half the audience is going to be sat there because they'll try and do a big reveal like, I am Darth Plagueis, and half people will be sat there going, who?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not enough lore there in what is now canon for that to be a big deal.
I think that could be quite cool though, and they could build
It
the
could
lore
be
around
cool.
it.
Yeah, I think you'd have to build it up, but then if you start trying to build it up now, it's going to be obvious. It'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, well, yeah, because why are you telling us this? It's going to be Snoke, isn't it? So I feel like it would be a bit
Snoke's
wasted.
such a weird name. Next one I've got on here is Palpatine never died.
I mean, he fell pretty far.
But that's why his face is so messed up. Where is that? No.
Nah, that's rubbish. Don't. It's boring, isn't it? It's boring. Oh yeah, I'm the same bad guy. Come back, but for some reason I'm not just going. Oh, by the way, I am the same bad guy, which would be terrifying because it'd be like, well, how do you actually kill this guy then?
You gonna like this one then, Matt? Darth Vader.
It's not, is it? Like,
This is a
it's
theory.
not.
Apparently, it reads that if
He's
Palpatine's
not
physically
evil.
dead,
Why?
then here's a rather far-fetched workaround. After the destruction of the Death Star at the end of Return of the Jedi, Palpatine sent his spirit into the body of the deceased Darth Vader, and he's using it as a new vessel for his wicked schemes. So it's Palpatine, but in Darth Vader's body.
So convoluted. It's just dumb.
Some Star Wars fans have pointed out that Snoke's facial scars are similar to the ones worn by actor Sebastian Shaw in Return of the Jedi.
It's true, but
And then
It's
they've pointed out that we quite clearly see his body burning, so let's get rid of that.
exactly. Yeah.
Grand Moff Tarkin, Matt. We could have this is CGI.
That's exactly what it
Another
is.
CGI Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
We never saw Tarkin actually die, so that's the. And he is
Like what?
old.
Ugh, just people, eh?
Not having that.
Is he like? He could be any character that we've not seen die on screen.
Here's a good one. Mace Windu, and he's angry because Anakin cut his arm off, and that's why he hates the Skywalkers.
But
And
he
then-
just wants to take over the galaxy anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Yeah,
lols.
yeah.
Just,
Seems unlikely, doesn't it?
it does seem quite unlikely. I mean, Snoke's got Michael Jackson on that if he is.
Yeah.
Mace Windu, so because he looks pretty pasty. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Falling through Coruscant probably can do that to you. I don't know.
There's some other ones about sort of Rebels characters, like the Grand Inquisitor and stuff. I don't really know anything about that.
Just like people.
There's no need.
Like, they're not going to do that because people just don't know. Like the majority of people don't know who they are. It'd just be stupid to go, oh, by the way, it's this character from this cartoon that your kids watch, but you never have.
All right then, man. How about this? Snoke is Kylo Ren from the future
It's dumb.
because he's got that
Stupid.
scar from Rey. that resembles one of Snoke's, apparently.
I mean, Snoke looks like he's had his head caved in, so
He does.
and Kylo Ren looks like he's been attacked by a large cat, so I think they're probably different scars. And we've never had time travel in Star Wars universe, have we? There's never been
I think maybe in...
even hints of
dunno.
it, really. Maybe in extended, but definitely in the main films there's literally been no mention of it at all, so it'd be dumb to bring it out now, being like, oh, by the way, time travel.
But there's a theory here, apparently, about the Clone Wars. And there's a bit where they go to a planet, and on this planet there are three beings of immense power who are physical embodiments of the Force. The father, who's a balance, the daughter is the light side, and the son is the dark side. And the son is the... No, not even that.
No. Is it too religious connotations? Is that
Yeah,
why?
silly. Yeah, Tarkin. Entirely new character, most likely thing.
Definitely, yeah.
There's a good one, actually,
Nobody.
which is Snoke is the Last Jedi.
That'd be pretty cool.
So, or he's the first Jedi or something, but then Luke dies and he ends up being the last Jedi. So it's kind of like he wants to be the last Jedi.
Yeah.
And he kind of doesn't like the
That'd be
Jedi
quite
because he doesn't like where the Jedi have gone. That'd be quite a cool thing, I think.
That would be quite cool. I'd like him to have some significance, not just be a bad guy that's taken over the First Order.
Yeah, I think he needs to have a history, doesn't he? He needs to have a backstory and a...
I want him to have an interesting I want him to be somebody, but I don't want him to be a character that we've already met. I want him to, have maybe been part of the Jedi or the Sith, or been part of like maybe the Council, or just I want him to come from somewhere where you go, all right, I understand why you're now a big bad guy that wants to take over the world.
Yeah.
But if they never explain it and he's just a bad guy, then
I kind of feel like
disappointed, especially as it's shrouded in a bit of mystery.
That's what I mean. I feel like they've deliberately done that. I don't know. It feels like they could. I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like they're holding something back from us, like who he is. But I guess like the Emperor has never had a backstory, so maybe we're expecting kind of too much, I guess. And I suppose we're doing that with every character though. It's like, who's Kylo Ren? When we first heard about Kylo Ren, it's like, who is he? Who's Rey? Who's Poe? Who's Finn? Like, that's what we said as soon as we saw the first trailer for Force Awakens. So I guess it's kind of natural, I guess, that we're asking who they are. But I kind of like that last one, that he is an ancient Jedi or something or even an ancient Sith or something.
He obviously knows things about the Force. He has a very good understanding of it, enough to bring Kylo Ren over to his side and everything. So that could be a good shout. That he's someone along those lines, definitely.
Do you want to hear some of my thoughts, Matt? What I would like to see happen?
I would love to hear some of your thoughts.
I can't read the first point that I've written down. I think it says Snoke's deal. I'd like to know what his deal is. What his deal is. What's he doing?
Yeah. What's his beef?
What is his beef? Kylo, I'd quite like to see him come over to the light side. Spoken on that a little bit. I'd like to see him I'd like to see more of that conflict inside of him. Like, I think it'd be boring now that just because he's killed his dad, he's suddenly a real bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make him quite a bad guy for killing his dad, but...
Yeah.
I feel like we've not seen the end of that conflict.
We better not have done, because it would be boring if we have.
Rey and Luke.
He's such an interesting villain.
Conflict.
Is that the end of that?
Just written that down, yeah. I think that'd be an interesting, because they've both kind of been, thought of as maybe going to the dark side. Like, Luke definitely won't go to the dark side. But it's kind of interesting to see. People are saying that Luke has, do the bit where he says, it's time for the Jedi to end.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily referring to him even being like a grey Jedi. I don't think that necessarily even points to that. I don't think necessarily points to him turning his back on the light side of the Force. But I think it's kind of him turning his back on kind of the religious aspect of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which is probably the worst part of the prequels, because they just ruin the Jedi and turn them into little horrible monkey people. Which I suppose could have been a really cool thing in the prequels if they'd actually explored it.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the concept that the Jedi were flawed, but then they were just like, nah, it's
Yeah,
let's
just
just make
think
Anakin look like a moody kid instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know,
I think that's kind of cool if they do.
Explored it.
I think if they do explore that in this film, that might be quite a good idea. I've actually written down Snoke drops Kylo. He's had enough of him.
What, drop benches him?
Yeah. Just decks him. I think that'd be pretty cool. We've already mentioned that. I was thinking the Knights of Ren. I kind of want to see that. What about Leia?
I hope that they deal with Leia respectfully and give her a good send off.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I can't really think what's going to be a good end for her. Obviously, she's kind of obviously in the first film, she was such like a strong, like iconic character that a lot of women kind of drew inspiration from. You think, how do you end her story, especially with the circumstances and everything? How do you deal with that? But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not one of those moments that completely takes you out of the film and you kind of sat there thinking about it for the next 10 minutes, going, that wasn't done right, was it? That was handled badly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Has anyone commented on it? Have we heard anyone say anything? Any of your family or friends or anything say of how it's dealt?
No, I don't know actually, because there's been some people who've seen it have tweeted out, kind of, oh, it was amazing, but no one's sort of said anything about it. I'm not looking out. Yeah. I'm not looking out for it, obviously, but yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I think all of those predictions sound pretty good to me. Nothing too dumb. I think they're all quite accurate for what's going to happen. I reckon. I don't know. Like have you seen any of the TV spots or anything? I've avoided that one trailer and that's it.
Yeah, I've watched the newest trailer. And I've not watched anything else. Yeah,
because I feel like the trailers are quite
apparently there's a really
edited misleadingly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, but I think there's a really deliberately spoilery trailer TV spot that people are kind of getting upset about.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I've not heard I've not heard even remotely what it is.
Yeah, I know who it involves, but yeah, I don't know what it is exactly. But
what do you mean purposely spoilery?
Well, it sounds like a massive thing, and like it seems like a stupid thing to put in the trailer, unless it's like to get people to be like, "Oh shit, why is this person doing this?"
Oh, okay. Do you reckon it's thinking to get people? It's weird though, isn't it? Because it's like Star Wars. You don't need to get bums on.
Yeah, like
people,
maybe don't put spoilers in trailers.
Yeah, people are coming in to watch this film no matter what. You don't really need to.
Yeah.
Don't really need to do that, do you?
You do not. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, it's out on Thursday, so I'll release this tomorrow probably. Then we'll do another one. Maybe without you, because you haven't seen it.
No, unless I'm maybe going to see it on Saturday morning, but...
Come down to Nottingham and I'll see it Saturday morning.
That's a bit of a trek though, isn't it?
Well, you're coming down this way anyway, so...
Yeah, I know, but to watch it, then podcast about it, then go where we need to go.
No commitment.
Bit mental.
You get sacked soon.
Rob, from this podcast.
Yeah.
I literally have no time.
Learn your place.
No time at all.
Do you want to do a quiz? Or do you want to let me go and eat some dinner?
How long have we been recording for?
1 hour and a half.
Go and have your tea then.
That's quite long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite long. We don't want to bore people.
I know. The IMDb quiz is a good thing, but starving in it.
Save it, Rob. We'll do it next time.
We'll do it next time. We'll tease it. The link is something from something we've spoken about, and it's not Star Wars.
Mindhunter.
It's not Mindhunter.
Punisher.
I mean, it's got to be one of the things. Obviously, it's not. If you guess it from what
we've spoken about.
Yeah, I literally just said that.
I know.
Shut up. That's it.
Point, because I guessed.
Yeah, fine. No, you didn't actually say what it was. So.
Oh, damn it.
That's the podcast.
It is a podcast.
Thanks for listening. As always, thanks for the feedback. Everyone who gave us some feedback.
Yeah, thanks, folks. If you could spell it right next time, Guffers, that would be appreciated, so we don't have to correct your grammar. Be lovely.
But thanks anyway.
But thanks anyway. Yeah, thanks for trying.
Good effort.
Yeah, good effort. What we got going on, Rob? What are we doing?
We got the blog, realfilmreviews.com. All the reviews are up there. Star Wars review will be up there. You find us on Podbean and iTunes. We'll link that below. Loads of episodes. If you like the episode, just give it a Facebook share or Twitter share, or just tell your friends, or leave us an iTunes review. That'd be really good. That'd help us. Or a retweet, whatever. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
We're struggling a bit for numbers at the moment, but it's not really why we do it. But it'd still be nice if we got some more listens.
Some
I
more
suppose.
people. Lovely.
Yeah, let us know what you thought about what we said. If anything sounds reasonable, not reasonable, let us know.
Predictions.
Yeah, give us your predictions. Let us know if you've watched something that we've recommended. That'd be good. So it's nice if people tune into stuff. I'd be interested to see actually what people have thought about The Punisher, because I've not really heard an awful lot. It's gone like under the radar a bit, I think, with Justice League. And Star Wars coming out. I think it's gone a bit quiet, but I'd be interested to see what other people thought of that, because I've literally not read anything about it, to be honest.
Let us know, guys.
That's it.
It's currently editing Embracing the Darkness, our Dark Souls Let's Play. So
that's back.
That's back.
After a hiatus.
Soon.
Have you finished that game yet?
No, we need to finish it. New year, new us, Rob. We're going to finish that.
I'll be there for about one day.
We're going to play The Last of Us again. We're going to do a bit of that.
Are we? We're going to play...
I genuinely like the new year. I'm going to start, putting some real time into getting some videos done, make a plan, make lists.
Before.
No, I'm definitely.
This is a Suicide Squad rewrite again.
New year, new me. No, to be fair, that took me so long, but I'm planning another couple more of them. Yeah,
I've got one written actually for Batman v Superman.
Things on the go for that. Got a couple of other things I'm playing around with, so we're gonna get some sweet content out there in the new year. So stay tuned. And Paul, Rob, and I are gonna finish Dark Souls at some point.
Me and Paul finished Dark Souls.
No, I mean, I'm holding off. I'd have finished it a long time ago if I wasn't Let's Playing it. We'll do some more Bonfire to Boss. We'll do some of that before Christmas. Though.
I need to get on that. Not much time.
Sort it out.
Get married. It takes a long time.
It doesn't. It takes like 20 minutes.
True.
Easy.
Okay.
You're not in your lunch break.
That'll do. See you later, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
That was weird. We did exactly the same thing.
Yeah. It's awkward.